Un uomo che si è arricchito scavando nella monnezza. Hi writers and welcome in this new, I guess, raw video. This morning I didn't have time to do proper intros or film shots. I'm already at the spot. As you can see over here, this is an abandoned spot. You can tell this from this frame. We are in a new place. I'm not gonna show so much to you in this video because I want to do a proper video about this place. Today we are not that prepared and we are late. It's 1:30 p.m. already. So stop chatting and let's paint. Usually I refine the sketch at the end, but this time I needed to place precisely the E, the N and the T on the V structure, so I refine it first. I need the sketch to be as clear as possible, otherwise I burn out very easily in this part of the painting. Refining session number 2. Yeah, also for super easy letters I need this. You know, it's mental more than practically useful. You have to see this. Ares looks like a picture from Caravaggio. He is watching his piece from a longer distance to see mistakes, but this is another level of comfort, my friends and followers. This looks nice, by the way, Mr. Ares Ares.
Ti avete fatto troppo.
È un pezzo, bro.
Un pezzo.
Non scassarmi la minchia.
Pentoli, fai le cose più articolate.
Comunque non ho detto più articolate, ho detto più sistemate e preparate. Non è che perché fu wild style a Waller, cioè fu bucchino. Cioè.
Mica sto dicendo che
No,
esiste,
no,
ma
no,
wild
no,
style il tuo blocco.
Geroglifici.
È fatto blocco su geroglifici. Virus sino PSMR. Virus sino a loot. Guarda.
Si fa così.
Aspetta, questo è un momento di follia collettiva.
Per sborrare un pezzo.
Che sta facendo? Cioè, sei proprio impegnato. Mo si sa verso cosa sotto, no? Poi se mi bannano il video o venga a chiagnare tu. Mannaggia, padre. Che schifo. This is me when I look at Chiro Kira's pieces. Okay, after this moment of madness, you probably noticed that I am with Mr. Ares Eras and with Mr. Kira, No Face Kira. Kira is a modern artist. He made a vagina on Ares' piece and a wonderful penis on my piece. Maybe Chiro Kira needs some sex. I have to tell it to your girlfriend. Well, let me introduce to you the problem of today, because it's not a vent video without a problem. The wall is made in a sort of chalk. Thank you, dear vent from the future. And the chalk, yeah, falls apart. So these pieces will probably disappear in 1 week. But since I paint just for the picture, I don't care. I didn't tell to you all this stuff previously because, you know, the sketch is the most critic part for me in the painting process, so I have to be focused. Whatever, it's time to use some bucket paint. Today's plan is to make a tone-on-tone piece with some bluish colors. The fill-in is gonna be the bucket paint that Mr. Ares is already using, and it looks pretty nice! I'm really sad to tell you, but Ares got a bigger brush. Compliments! But since today's piece is not in a big scale, it's gonna be okay. Oggi secondo me si può diluire una puta. we added a little bit more water in the paint because it was not enough liquid and the coverage was more than enough, so we are allowed to put some water.
Se posso cominciare
There is so much dust that I have to wear the mask even if I'm painting with bucket paint. Not cool.
One eternity later.
So, the filling is done and it's incredibly wonderful. Anyway, it's time to think about some background. Today I planned something actually, but since originally we wanted to paint a different wall, now all my background plans are fucked up. So I will freestyle, as always. Bad habits die hard, dear writers. By the way, it's 3 p.m. and Eras Ares is done, I guess, with his background and is fixing something within the fill-in. He's at a good point. Shirokira just finished the fill-in. Not a good point. Not a good point at all. Well, I just finished the fill-in as well, so you might say that I am at the same point of Shirokira, but it's not true because I don't have any super realistic 3D to do, fortunately. I probably will do just a drop shadow. The only problem that I have is that here would not be covered by the drop shadow, but I have an idea. Easy! Basically I will have to do two shadows, one with the color of the outline and the second one with the color of the background, even if it's not properly a background. Basically it's the same concept of the last video, but it's stylish, it's easy, it's fast, and it's what I need today. And at the end, if you want to get better in something, repetita juvent. Cultural bent today. And so basically it's outline time already. To do this, I have this wonderful blue. It's not ultramarine from Montana cans, because originally back to this morning, this can was nearly empty. It was a leftover. Now it's full, because thanks to the same technique of the last video, the one with the transversal cap, I filled it with a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and just a small amount of another blue color. And now it's brand new, more or less. So let's make this outline. Okay, I sketched everything. As you can already see, the V and the arrow, they're gonna have a proper shadow. Otherwise, the E, the N and the T, to underline the fact that they are throw up, they are gonna have only a thick outline and the overlapping shadow. By the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed that I started doing the outline with the Lego cap, but maybe because the piece is in a small scale, maybe because the pressure is not the original one that was in the can, the paint was dripping anytime, so I changed with a skinny banana cap. Now it's time for the drop shadow. Remember, guys, always take the most from the garbage that you have at the spot. Well, this little yellow sheet is clogged. By the way, thanks to Kira for saving my life with the level 1 from Montana cans. Well, I am in that moment of the day where I am almost done with the piece, but I am afraid to overstyle it. I guess that all of you writers out there can relate. And write down in a comment which part is the most critical for you. I will for sure add some highlights. I have to find a can. Okay, Ken gefunden. It's time for the highlights. So, are you ready to see how this minimal piece looks? But as always, let's analyze it. And as always, let's start with the balancing, which today is more obvious than ever. There's the V as only complex letter, with its structure, extension and arrow, on which the E, the N and the T are placed. The exclamation point is always a throw-up letter, let's say, but it comes out from the V structure, since the round dot fell off from this part of the arrow, like the two matching surfaces suggest. And here there is one of the two little mistakes of this piece. The bottom of the round is a bit longer than the ending of the arrow, so they would not match perfectly if they were on top of each other. It might seem a trifle for someone, but for me is not. Anyway, it doesn't ruin the piece, fortunately. About the letters themselves. The V is simple but complex. It is slanted towards the left and it also has a side push in that direction. But the tiny arrow and the structure balance it out. By the way, the second mistake of this piece is this shape of the V. It is good, but this outline is completely crooked. But also in this case, it doesn't ruin too much the overall look. The throw-up letters are very boxy, the T a bit less than the others. It is thrown upwards and towards the right to balance the opposite slanting of the V. I really like that all the throw-up letters are connected like it is one big block. I also think that not making the blue shadow on these letters is a win choice, and also that the thin highlights work super well with the super thick outline. About the color scheme, it's just perfect. Perfectly tone on tone, all the colors are the best tone possible, matched with each other. I'm happy. Incredibly. So if you like this piece as well, and if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, leave a like and tell me what do you think in a comment of this piece. Because yeah, again, I really like it. And as always, see you next time.